Here we are, GSXR 750. So alright guys, I've had a lot of you, apparently a lot of my subscribers ride this bike, GSXR 750, and I know they're common and all that noise, but I'm finally going to do a video on how to wheelie specifically this bike. Now you can use this advice on any bike, you know, especially a 600, 750 or 1000 Super Sport. But we're going to have to tweak the little things. Like when I say like I wheelie at say this RPM, you're going to have to tweak that. For like a 600, you're probably going to have to go a little bit higher. For a 1000, you can probably go a little bit lower, because you have more power versus less power. So just for the 750's sake, I'm going to do a video on how to wheelie the GSXR 750. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to cover sit downs because that's what most of you are probably trying to learn how to do, and it's a lot more common than stand-ups. I don't really particularly like doing sit-downs, but I can do them, and I can hold them out for a little bit. I might not hit a great one on this video, but I'll give you basically an idea of how to get it up and how to ride it out. Alright, so I'm in second gear right now. Alright, so I'm going to roll on from like 5,000 RPMs, and as soon as I hit about 6,500 to 7,000 RPMs, I'm just going to clutch it up. So when I say that, I mean clutch in, power third, like some power with the throttle, and then clutch out, and that will bring the bike up. Okay, you should probably be beyond this point learning the clutch up before you're trying this, okay? Because you're gonna get up pretty high. Alright, so I'm at 5,000 right now, and I will roll on to 7,000 as soon as we get over this hill. So, alright, I'm 5,500. I'm gonna roll on to about 65, 7,000 RPMs in second gear, doing a sit down. Ready? Alright, so that's essentially how you get it up. 7,000 RPMs is like the sweet spot on a 750 in second gear. Alright, let's try this again. 5,000, rolling on. Once I hit 7,000, clutch it up. Sweet spot, 7K second gear. Okay? Simple enough. Alright? You should be beyond the point of me having to teach you how to clutch up right now. Because if you haven't watched my beginner videos on like a part 1, learning how to clutch up the motorcycle, that's what you need to be practicing. But for this bike particularly, second gear, 7,000 RPMs roughly, about 6,500 to 7,000 RPMs, and you need to give it a little bit of throttle, about 3/4, to get it up. And once you've gotten it up, then you can lower your RPMs and just ride it out, like so. Alright, so that is going to be covering second gear, and that's sit downs. Now stand-ups, you're going to want to move to third gear because you're going to have more weight in the back of the bike on a stand-up, right? So you can throw the bike up in a higher gear at a lower RPM. Yeah, I know, mind-blowing, right? So in third gear, about 5,000 to 5,500 RPMs is the sweet spot, and you're going to be able to clutch it up with ease in third gear. So like I say, left foot passenger rear peg, right foot covers the rear brake and stays where you normally ride. Alright, so third gear, right, 5,000 RPMs, and go up with just a little bit and then clutch it up. Man, what'd I tell you? Comes right up, but I didn't bring it up very high, and that's because there's a curve right here, obviously. So I will try that again on the straightaway. So like I said, third gear, looking about 5,500 to 6,000 RPMs max, and it will clutch up with ease. You need to give it about 3/4 of the throttle, And once you get it up, you need to drop your throttle back to about probably like 6,000 to 7,000 RPMs and ride it out around there, all right? So I'm gonna roll on and at 5,500 roughly, pop it up. Sweet spot. Now I'm just chasing it out. Not really chasing it out, but I'm at balance point. That was really confusing. It's hard to think and wheelie at the same time. But see, I come back down and I'm only 7,000 roughly RPMs. So you're riding it out around 7,000 RPMs, right? Very simple, you know. Second gear, 7,000 RPMs is the sweet spot, but you need to be rolling on. And when I say rolling on, I mean you need to be rolling from like say 5,000 RPMs, roll your throttle up. Once you get to 7, that's when you clutch it. Right? So, for example, alright, I'm at 5,000, second gear, rolling up. Once I hit 7,000, clutch it up. Okay, very easy. You know, it's easier said than done. You know, I think that's the thing, is once you learn it, you'll be like, man, that was really actually pretty easy. But initially learning how to wheelie it is going to be the problem. That's where people get scared, and fear is a great motivator to not want to wheelie. And I think that's what most people's problem is when they say like, oh, it's not worth it for me, I don't, you know, whatever, I don't like wheelies, blah blah blah. Okay, like nobody really thinks that. People are lying. Wheelies are fun, and they can be a lot of fun, and you can be safe about it. Obviously not everything's not always in your hands exactly, but you can take safety precautions, obviously, like finding a road like this that's dead empty, there's nobody out here, no pedestrians, hardly any traffic whatsoever, and a safer place to practice stuff like this. So like I said, second gear, 7,000 RPMs is the sweet spot for a sit down. Okay, if you want to do stand-ups, you need to move to third gear. If you do a stand-up in second gear, it's going to be a lot more, it's going to come up a lot more violently, and it's going to be a lot more dangerous. So third gear, the throttle is a lot more forgiving. Okay, so third gear, about 5,500 RPMs is where I say is the sweet spot in third gear on this bike. But like I said, I'll do one more, and you can kind of feel it out, and you can hear, like, I'll clutch it up. Obviously my RPMs go way up, probably about 10, 11,000 RPMs, and then once I get the bike up into the air, I drop the RPMs and try to find the balance point right around 7,000 RPMs or so, and that's third gear. So you're looking at, you know, around 60 miles an hour roughly, something like that, in third gear. So, and this is all stock gearing, by the way. So, alright, so third gear, stand up, I'm at 5,000, roll on just a little bit, and then clutch it up. You can see my RPMs have leveled out now, and I'm about at the same RPM, 7,000. Now when you're coming down, obviously it's going to show like I'm at 9,000 RPMs, because what you want to be doing is you don't want to just drop it. You don't want to like just drop the bike. You want to, like, once you say you're up here at 7,000 RPMs and you're coming down from the wheelie, you want to let it down about halfway and then gas out of it, because that will slow your wheel, your front end down from coming just smacking down. It'll slow you'll be like this, dropping, and then you gas it and you'll start to slowly your front wheel will come down and you'll have a nice soft landing. So that's key to not blowing out your fork seals or something like that. Alright? So alright guys, that's a video on specifically how to wheelie this GSXR 750. Like I said, you can use it for other bikes, but you're just going to have to tweak the RPMs and such just a little bit. Alright? I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Peace and ride safe.